In this case, however, I'm going to make a change to this file too. I'm going to say, wait, everybody else has their first and last name, right? So how about Leah Organa, right? So I'm going to save that, and that's going to be a change that I'm going to push. However, there's a change coming down as well, and I didn't know that that change was also this file here. So none of the changes have been committed. And then when I click, this action will push and pull commits. It says you must clean up your repository before checkout, which means one of these files is being overwritten, would be overwritten if I did the pull. So one thing I like to do is bring up the terminal, and I have this little batch file that runs a diff to show what changes have been fetched. It's this little batch file here, which basically is just this git diff name only, the current branch that I'm in with the upstream branch. I think that's what those mean, but it does what's local with what's upstream. It'll do a diff of those changes. So when I run that, what's fetched? It shows that it's file 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to commit that to my local repository, because I think I probably want my change regardless of what the upstream change is. So commit my change locally and deal with the merge conflict as it happens. So I'll say first and last name Leah. Go ahead and commit that. And I can leave this unchanged work as is, because the fetch has shown that neither of those are going to be touched. So now when I do a pull and attempt a push, it'll show there's a merge conflict. And it shows up in this merge changes section here, which means there's a conflict here. That's what that C means, which means I have to handle that conflict. And to do that, you click on the file, and it gives you this nice little interface here. So the incoming change is from the pull. Someone upstream put Princess Leia Organa, and I just wanted Leia Organa. So I think to be consistent with the rest, I want to accept my change. I could also accept their change, and that'll get rid of all this tagging around it when I just click this right here. If I was doing this manually, I'd have to clean up those little tags myself. But anyway, VS Code provides that. So let me go ahead and save the file. You have to save the file. And then I can add the file. If I tried to add the file without saving it, it's going to say, are you sure you want to commit an unmerged file? And you definitely don't want to do that. So now that it's been saved, I can stage it again. And this is a VS Code bug. It should say staged changes. It should say staged changes, because when I say first and last name and I click the check mark, oh, no cancel. Yeah, so there's already some stage changes. And there's nothing in here. If I try to commit staged changes, there are no stage changes to commit. Cancel. Because I don't want to stage these changes yet. But if I show a git status, we'll see that we have some stage changes. I'm still merging. Okay, it says that all conflicts are fixed, but I am still merging. Use git commit to conclude the merge. I have to commit, but it's not letting me commit in VS Code. So I have to basically just type git commit am finalizing, well, not finalizing merge, because let me say what the merge is. Merging so now I've committed, and now I see that there are two things that I can push up there. If I do a git log, I see that I have those, it used to be diverging like this, and I have now done the commit to merge them together. So now I can sync the change. This shouldn't be this complex, but it's a bug in VS Code, and hopefully they'll fix it soon. Chances are when you have a merge, you have other changes that you want to check in as well, and then it works just fine. But in this case, we only had one file that had a merge conflict, and there were no other changes to stage, and so it confused the application.